Hi, this is Pierre-Yves Delacote, working at Planet Technologies. I want to talk about um, the Maslow's pyramid. Have you heard about the Maslow's pyramid? Check on Google. It's a Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So we use that pyramid when we um, deploy change management program because we need to understand how people are reacting, what are the needs, and to act on the needs. And there are some hierarchies involved, and you need to understand this hierarchy. And you need to understand that, for example, there in the Maslow hierarchy of needs, the first one, the first layer, which is mandatory in a way, is a physiological needs. So basically, it's air, water, food. Um, so when you apply that Maslow pyramid to a change management project, you need to understand that change is not easy for people. And the first thing you need to do, the maybe it's not the first in terms of planning, but that that's a mandatory thing to do is to make people safe, feel safe about the change. That's why you need to have a plan. That's why you need to explain your plan. That's why you need to communicate clearly about your plan. And that's why when you communicate about the change, you need to, at one point, you need to reassure people that you, you're with them, you're going to help them. This is an adventure that you're sharing. It's not the project team on one side and the rest who has to follow. So make people feel safe and secure. And then the other message you want to uh, give will be more audible because people, as soon as they feel safe, they start to be able to understand and listen to other messages. But if you don't feel safe, you're potentially you can panic, and when you're panicking, you don't hear anything else than the problem, and you just focus on the problem. So really have in mind when you do a change management program to address the the feeling of being stressed by the change, be insecure. So you need to address that and with a plan and with a genuine help environment. And that's why I think once again the champions can leverage a lot of this help um, because as soon as they're aware of the change and they're convinced by the change and they see how the change can apply to their peers, they can see where the change is risky or is felt as risky, and they can see also where the change is felt as a benefit. So they will definitely help the program um, to address the first layer of Maslow pyramid, which is feeling secure about the change. And especially when you introduce a new way of work, like collaboration, a new way of collaborating, um, if people don't feel safe by sharing openly, transparently their ideas, um, and if you don't respect the way they express themselves, the way they're sharing initiatives, ideas, if you criticize all the time, if you're not acknowledging the effort of people who are trying to collaborate differently, bring some value, um, then you will kill the collaboration. Not only for those people who are trying to uh, put some gas in the engine of the collaboration, but also for the other who are watching what's going on in terms of collaboration. And if they see that, for example, a manager is not genuinely supporting people who are collaborating and trying to be more transparent, um, even if you don't have the same opinion, that's not the point. The point is not to be politically correct, to have everybody having the same uh, view, same opinion. When you collaborate, the challenge is to be able to share ideas, share initiatives, um, try things, um, so you can, through that process of sharing, there will be new ideas that will emerge. There will be light from friction, and collaboration is really the new engine of the business today. You cannot decide by yourself what's right or wrong. You need to ask people and their opinion. You don't have to be agree, and then you have to make a decision, and that's where the manager can finally decide. If there's no consensus, it will decide, but it will explain this decision. It might not be the decision of everybody, but at least you will have a process to make a decision, and the process is transparent, and nobody is going to complain about not understanding what made the decision. Even if you disagree with the decision, at least you know how it was taken. So make people feel safe about the change, because change doesn't feel safe for the majority of the people. Change is not something normal for people. And usually when you're in IT, and that will be my final point, people who have worked in IT, and I'm part of them, I started as a developer, um, we are really used about changing, because the technology, digital technology, had changed quite a bit in the last 30 years. It's a perpetual change, and it's accelerating more and more. And so, as an IT person, we are used to learn new things, change all the time. So, our brain is a little bit trained, is well trained to the change. So, and we don't realize that for other uh, people, it's not it's not the same. It's not the case. Maybe it's more the case for the young generation who was born with a smartphone and are used to use different apps every week, every month. I don't know. So they might have more. Um it might be more easy for them to understand the change and to live with the change, but in general, it's really hard for most of the people, uh, because people, like the Maslow hierarchy of needs defines it. People are seeking for stability and security. So when you're changing all the time, because now it's the case, especially with cloud technology, then you need to have a process that all the time can secure people and make them safe to learn things and try things and fail in trying things. You don't want to, you don't expect people to be an expert in a few weeks on new technology. So you have to be in a process of acknowledging that change is not easy, but what is what is key is to provide the right help to reassure people and try to find what's really changed people's lives and help them. And champions are, once again, if you find the right champions in your organization, that will be tremendous, because they will be able to give the right message to their peers. So that was my advice of the day. When you're doing change management, look at the Maslow pyramid, and see how you can address it to your change management program. Thanks for watching.